Oh, hey, look, we're back in this level. Wow, imagine that. Yeah, so for some reason, I totally forgot to ever show what's actually under this. And here's your upside down tires. And man, are they fun to just bounce around in. Like, just listen to the sound. Awesome. And then there's like a cave section. You crawl and avoid bees, and then there's double bees. And then that's it, and then you're at Winky. Wait. Oh, I never know. I always forget to notice this. So, did you notice? When you walk over, the cave actually gets darker. Which is, it's super subtle, but it's a really cool touch. A lot of people probably don't even notice that. Anyways. Another thing I wanted to show off. This is something I actually wasn't aware of until recently. So, let's get hit here. Now, if you go through this thing by yourself, there's actually a TK barrel in that, warp to the end of the level. So you're always, it's basically easy mode. Like, I never knew there was a TK barrel up there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I don't know. Maybe it's just a little thing that doesn't really matter that much. But I don't know. I think it was cool. Anyways, I'm gonna try something here. So I'm not sure if this works. No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So let's whack you. So, I totally forgot, there's actually a warp in this level. So what you want to do is, you get this tire out of the ground, and then you want to roll into it and push it across that gap. Make sure it doesn't, like, fall into the hole, otherwise you gotta restart. And you take it pretty much right over to where this little TNT barrel is, and you jump up here. Except, for whatever reason, this is a DK only warp barrel. So you actually have to do this. And then you can enter it and get warped right to the end of the level. I get that double banana. Woo! I just want to quickly do this too while we're here. I used to be so good at this, but not, there you go. Haha! So if you press down and like a direction, I forget how it is. It's like if you press the direction and Y at the same time, you'll slide while doing your hand slide, which you're normally not supposed to do. Obviously, if that wasn't obvious. Anyways, one more thing to show off. Yeah, crucial Kongs, you feel the need for speed. I think this is the last thing I need to show. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So there's actually a warp in this level I totally forgot about too. It's a pretty tricky one. So you see that vulture there. So what you want to do is, this might be possible with both, but it's easier with Diddy. So you want to line it, like, before you even like jump on this vulture, you want to line yourself up. It's, I'd say that, but I don't remember quite where it is. I believe it's right in the middle. It's about in the middle. It should be fine if you line it up at the middle. So you, boom. You can even see the tire. I totally forgot that. And if you jump off it, kaboom! And here we are at the end. It's just that easy. Anyways, yeah, so I'll meet you back when we get to stuff. See ya. Hey there, everyone. My name is Monkey Shrapnel from the Guys Who Play Games. Back with some more Donkey Kong Country, and we're starting the big one. The ever legendary World 4. Where, thanks to... how do we even begin to describe this world? Well, this is what a lot of people consider like the hardest part of the game. And I'm kind of inclined to agree with them. It's not like the hardest, like, the absolute hardest thing, but it's the hardest stretch. And that's due to the fact that the save system in this game is kind of inconsistent. So in order to save, you either need access to Candy, who saves, or you need Funky to go back to a previous world to save. And for whatever reason, both Candy and Funky in this world are like the very last things you get. So you have to beat almost the entire world before you get access to a save point. So you have to beat 5 levels in a row. If you ever get a game over, you know, good luck. You got to do it all over again. And I don't know. It's interesting. I've heard people say it's like the low point of the game because of that, but I don't know. Personally, I don't think this level's that bad. But I mean, I don't know. The rule of thumb is always try to go fast. And this is kind of true of the whole series. As long as you're going fast, you usually don't have to worry too much about whether like you need to time something or not. There's of course exceptions to that, but usually like just go fast. It's usually good. Also, here's a kind of funny thing. There's a steel keg here. Let me swap. But for whatever reason, like listen to what the sound it makes when I throw it off this wall. Sounded not good, right? That's because the sound font for the steel cake isn't actually loaded in this level, so it doesn't actually sound right, which is kind of weird that they even put it there because it's just like a one-off. But I don't know, like the sound isn't glitched. Well, it's kind of glitched, and that's because the way the whole Country series works is that sound effects are loaded in with the music. So like, say for example you were to modify the game to play a different track in this level, like the music's different. Sometimes, well, some of the sound effects won't be right, but the first game actually doesn't do it very much. It's 2 and 3 that do it a lot more, and there's a lot more sound effects to load in. This game's actually like pretty much like pretty good about it. There's usually, well, pretty good about it, but you know what I mean. Ooh. Alright, so, you roll down here. Your tell that there's anything here is the fact that there's a bee there that just kind of does nothing. And in some instances, the sprites are glitched and this barrel doesn't have a DK on it. What? I think that's what happens if you pick it up when it's like off screen or something. Maybe. Something weird there happened. That's supposed to be like a DK barrel. Oh, and this is the hard barrel one. You actually have to time this one. No! And time it I did not. Dang. Also, there's a rampy here. Ugh! That's actually a really hard barrel to time because it's like turbo speed. This is what I'm talking about. You want to do this easy? Just go full speed. And then die because you mistime it. But the reason I want to do this is because I want to show something off. There's a secret here that like lets you skip. This is like the hardest part of the level, definitely. But there's a secret that lets you skip that. But I want to do it without using the secret because there's another secret that I'm not. This is like, I don't know how well known this is, but it's like kind of rare. So anyways, I'm just gonna accidentally get the barrel that skips the whole thing, which is not what I wanted to do. Great. Wonderful. Well, screw that, I guess. I guess I'll just show that off later. I don't know. I mean, it's not a big deal, I guess. But yeah, underneath that second barrel, there's just a secret thing that lets you skip the whole thing. Plus, the letters there, so that's actually what you have to do to get KONG Kong. But there's another thing that I will show off, I guess, later. I'll show it off at the end of the episode. Anyways, let's get this dude up here. Because you can see this blue rope over here that you can't quite reach, but you can jump off him. Get up here and see, for whatever reason, the only blue barrel in the whole game is right there. If you can only jump and reach it with DK because he's a little taller, I guess. And then that skips pretty much the whole level. And I guess we'll get like an early idea of what these ropes do. They're basically just, they automatically move you. The blue ones move you up. Red or purple or whatever color you want to call this moves you down. I think this is more of like a purpley color than anything. Ooh, oh yeah, this one's kind of tricky because you have to jump off it back on, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. Also, kind of a funny thing about these ropes, but you can kind of see how they're still here, and that's because I don't remember entirely how those ropes work, but like they're like really tall. Like the rope graphics that you usually see in game are huge. They take up like quite a few sections of the screen if you take your like actually look out for it. But normally you can't see it. It's just that those ropes in particular happen to be placed in such a spot that you can actually see them from the end of the level, from below, which is kind of funny. Anyways, KONG Kong, so let's get this. Ooh, I think I jumped a little early there. That was close. Oof. Look at that tie. Look how red it is there. How does DK keep that tie so red? I mean, really. Anyways, yeah, you can see these blue ropes kind of take you up. I think there's ways to like kind of glitch into the wall with these ropes because they're kind of like forceful about it. But it's usually like whatever. Anyways, you can see there's like some more bees here, and I get hurt because I'm an idiot. And you just jump down here, break this wall, and you get another secret. And what does it spell? Nintendo, of course, because I guess Rare decided why not throw Nintendo a bone or something. Spell them out in their own game. Well, in their published game, as it were. Get another life. Woo! I guess I haven't even been talking at this level. This is the only ice level in the whole game. And it looks honestly like gorgeous. Like it has all the flashing and stuff. Like, I guess if you have sensitivity to flashing lights, this level might do it for you. But I mean, if you have sensitivity to the flashing lights in this level, then I can't imagine how you deal with like cameras and stuff. Oh, you want to be careful here if you want. I mean, this is a rather minor reward, but jump off this vulture and you get bananas, which is always cool. It's also this jerk. Get out of here. I forgot about those jerks. They're like just off camera, so it's actually like pretty common for them to kill you if you're not like ready for them. It's like one of the few enemy placements in this game I can think of that's kind of jerkish. It's not that bad, but I mean, as you can see, I did in fact get hurt. Anyways, there's a cache there, but what you want to do is kind of come up here. I don't think there's anything else up here, I don't want to say. And what you want to kind of do is drop down from the rope. And boom, you get a nice Endguard token. That's how you get both, because otherwise you might risk missing out on some stuff. Alright, so from here you... Wow, I'm really rusty! I usually don't have this much trouble, but I mean, this is always a thing where like you don't realize that talking is a tricky deal, Anyways, those bananas at the bottom of the blue ropes are like basically impossible to get. Like seriously, like the hardest thing in the whole level to do. But what you can do is roll into them, and the way ropes are kind of weird. So, oh, you might have noticed this, but if you roll past a rope and then jump, you like snap to the rope. Oh crap! Okay, I'm gonna do this. I got it. I got it! Ooh, that's a very tricky section. Well, I don't know how bad it is, but... And cool thing is how you can use the DK rail to skip past the going back down. And I think this is where the... Yeah, that's where the warp to the end takes us, so we're already almost done the level. Just gotta do this again. Hopefully don't get hurt again like a jackass. You do this sweet jumpsy doodles. Do. Like, man, this music is really good. And I guess speaking of the music, I'm gonna bring this kind of a random topic up that I was thinking about earlier. Is that it's kind of... I find it strange how certain fans of the music in this game are kind of, I guess, to put it bluntly, kind of dumb. But, like, I don't mean, like, they're, like, dumb as in, like... I mean more dumb as in, like, very, like, boneheaded and, like... I guess that's the best way I can put it. But, yeah. So, what I mean is that a lot of... Like, there's two... Well, I guess 3 people that worked on the music for this game. Oh, crap. Wait, can you... Dang. Okay, let me kill you, jerk. Whatchamacallit. The 3 people are Robin Beanland, David Wise, and Evelyn... What's-her-face? I'll post... Well, I don't know if I should post. Oh, why am I blanking now? Because I'm trying to make this jump and I'm having trouble. Let me just... Screw it. Screw you, Expresso. I think Expresso's in this bonus anyways. So, anyways, those 3 people worked on this game. I said what's-her-face because I actually have such a hard time pronouncing her name that I'm not even going to bother embarrassing myself. Whoa! Forgot about that. So anyways, Evelyn worked on, I think, like, it's 6 music tracks in this game. She did the forest and the treetop theme, the ice theme that we're in right now, the other ice theme for the ice cave that we were also just in. She did the pyramid theme and the map theme. Is there anything else? Ah! Expresso's so fast. And so a lot of people always seem to not know who did what, which results in kind of like David Wise getting all the credit. For some reason, like, people just don't know who did what. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I remember a very vivid moment where, well, maybe vivid's a bit exaggerating, but a moment when I remember seeing like somebody made a blog dedicated to it. Oh crap. Well, I guess we're doing this now. Someone did a blog dedicated to it, and like I remember them being like, "Oh man, David Wise is so awesome! Oh yeah," and then they linked to their favorite song from this game, and it was the forest theme. He didn't even do that track, and they're just like, "Oh man, David Wise is so great," and I remember it because I actually like commented and pointed out that he didn't do that, and the guy blocked me, and I can't find the website anymore, so I don't even know what happened to it. I just thought it was really funny, and also kind of, in a way, kind of sad that, like, his reaction to being told that, no, you're wrong, was just to block me, you know? Like, really? I don't even remember. I think he said something to me, too. I mean, he was just, like, a real jerk about it. Well, lives probably aren't going to be an issue anymore. But anyways, I just thought that was a thing to point out, because, like, not that I like hate David Wise, far from it. He's like one of my favorite video game composers. But I just find it weird that he always seems to get like if he works on a game, he gets like over credited by random people. Like another game I did in the past, Donkey Kong Land. In fact, it kind of has the same thing where David Wise did like most of the music is like that he did was like the stuff that was like already in the country games, and then most of the stuff that was like new music was Graham Nogate. Or however you say his name. And it's one of those things, like, you go onto, like, YouTube and you see videos of the tracks, and it's always just like, oh, yeah, David Wise is so great. And it's just like, but a lot of the stuff that they say that on is definitely not stuff he did. It's just weird, I don't know. It's just, I think I'm pointing out mostly just because it's really, he's the only composer I can think of where it's such a common thing. Because I guess when you think about it, there's not a lot of games that have more than one composer. Well, okay, that's not true, but I don't think there's... I don't know, actually. I don't pay that much attention to it. Maybe I'm part of the problem. Anyways, let's get our glitchy barrel again. The weird thing is, because of the way the steel kegs like get their music and the way they're not properly loaded, as you could hear there, it actually had a different music track. Also, crap, I forgot you need espresso to get this secret. Which wouldn't have been a problem if I hadn't gotten 3 tokens. Dang it. Okay, well, it's not a big deal. I'll just come back. Wow, this camera really doesn't want to scroll there. Jeez. Anyways, I'm kind of playing badly because I'm thinking so hard about it, but like, whatever. Anyways, let's just go for it. Get the G here. The end's probably in the bonus, if I had to guess. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, I think that's one of those bonuses that's... Well, the end might be up there, but I don't think it's the bonus. Ugh! Just get the bananas, jackass. I'm gonna, like, kill myself at the end. Anyways, there's... No, there's not. I remember there being a claptrap at the end of this level. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and get it. I'll just cut out all the retracking, rebacking, lacking, all that jazz. See you in a bit. There we go, and there's the end. And here is one of the very few instances in this game where you can actually get a blue balloon. These are like super rare in this game. Really, they're rare in the whole series. There's usually only like literally you can count on one hand in every game how many you can get usually. The only like notable thing is that in this game there's the secret like double at the end of the level. Anyways, a good trick for like keeping espresso on this level, if you didn't realize, is that pretty much anytime you come across like the neckies or something, pretty much just what you want to do is just get off them and just jump. Espresso won't like despawn usually, I don't think. Claptrap's used, you don't have to worry. Actually, let me check. Does espresso despawn if I just run over here, run back? No, you can even hear him doing his little thing. Anyways, time for a watcher level. Croctopus Chase. This is a fun level. I mean, if you want to call it that. This is like, I think, the first level we do where espresso isn't really available. I think it's really the only water level where like espresso's in here, but he's not till like pretty much right at the end. So you have to do most of this just with your swimming skills. And yeah, the whole gimmick of this level is that this croctopus dude is chasing us. Kind of a funny trick though is you're supposed to like go in there to get the bananas fast, but if you just swim away and come back, he's just gone. Which is kind of a characteristic of a lot of enemies that chase you in this series. Like, The second game has another enemy that does the same thing, and as soon as he stops moving, if you move him even the slightest smidge off screen, he's just gone forever. But yeah, basically you just swim fast and just keep an eye out for stuff. Try not to get hit, because that's not a good idea. Whoop. Boom, 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 boom. You notice there's a thing there, but yes, indeed, there is a thing. You can kind of swim through that wall there and get a nice little secret O over here. Pretty cool. There's a Chomps Jr. there. You can tell because they give you a lot of room, so they expect you to go down. This one, I think, is like a cross. Yeah. Now we're at the midpoint. So, funny thing about this midpoint, for whatever reason, in different versions of the game, this midpoint is moved like 10 pixels. I think it's in version 1.1 is when they did that. They moved it like 10 pixels up, and nobody really knows why. Maybe it was like you could originally glitch into the ground or something, I don't know, but like, it's just kind of one of those weird things. Anyways, there's a cool like little like cross here, and you can normally just go up, but you can grab a second Winky token here, which is pretty cool. I think these barrels are actually the reason why Enguarde's not in this level, because they like kind of block you, and if you've ever seen any glitch videos about this game, you can actually use them to kind of glitch Enguarde like way out. But, well, I won't show that off, because it's a bit of work and I'm kind of lazy. So in the middle here, these barrels. There's a lot of DK barrels in this level. I imagine the Japanese version probably has even more. I forget. I don't think I missed Enguarde. I think he's here somewhere. Where is he? I don't think he's during a Croctopus chase, but I might be wrong. I might have already missed him. Oh, no, wait. There he is. Yeah, now I remember. There's an extra life in here, too, which is kind of cool, and just a random Chomps, and Enguarde's just in this corner here. Bonk. This area as a whole is actually kind of cool. It's just like 3 small, like, coral blocks, as it were. And as Enguarde basically trivializes the rest of the level, because not only do you move faster when you're on Enguarde, and you can kill stuff, so you don't have to worry about getting hit, and if the Croctopus hits you, you can just hang out and wait for Enguarde to come back, and you basically just skip the chase. And right at the end of this level is just a whole bunch of these jerks, which is kind of funny. Anyways, that's that. So as you can see, we've done 4 levels now, and where you go but to Cranky's cabin, because of course they couldn't put the save here. No. Now you have to do another level, Torchlight Trouble. This level's, I mean, this level is kind of cool. What it is just yeah, like you can see, you have Squawks here before he like rides you. It's kind of annoying because every time you like turn, like Squawks like flashes the screen. There's like a frame when like it's just super bright. I'm trying to get that frame if I can. It's a single frame. And you can pause during it. I'm almost certain you can. But I might be wrong. Maybe that's only in the second game, but I don't know. I feel like the games would probably like share the code. There's no reason to use different code. But anyways, yeah. This level's like pretty typical cave level actually. There's nothing really too spectacular about it. There's a lot of these oil barrels and cave platforms though. And you have to deal with like a lot more clumps than you usually would. But otherwise it's pretty typical. It's just the game's getting a bit more advanced, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to take this time to show something off that is useful for later levels. So if you get a single banana in these bonuses, does it give you a single banana? Yes. Now keep that in mind because a later level actually cheats, but we'll get to that when we get to that. It's very bizarre how they do that. It's very much the kind of moment that you pretty much have to know like beforehand, otherwise you just like trial and erroring it, but we'll get to it when we get to it. This level is actually a lot easier with DK. Well, it's better to like use like teams because these crushers kind of get in the way and Diddy cannot like knock them out at all, but I mean it's not too hard to just avoid them, so I mean it's not a big deal. Anyways, you break open this last hole and you get a nice claptrap room with a tire in it for some reason, and you even get a G up there. I think you're supposed to use the tire to like jump onto the cave, but I mean you can just jump off the claptrap. It's like not a big deal. Ah! I messed up because I jumped too soon. If you jump on them when they're still invincible, it's not happy fun time. That's for sure. Anyways, let's get over here to our second treetop level. Rope Bridge Rumble. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything particularly noteworthy. This level's focused on tires and stuff, so there's no like warps or anything in this level. In fact, I think, was that ice cave the last warp? No, I think there's one more warp. Maybe one or two more. The warps in this game are a lot more spread out. Like in 2 and 3, the warps are all in the first 2 worlds. But in this game, it wasn't like set in stone what they were going to do for warps, so they kind of just spread them out. And they're usually on like harder levels, but even then, it's not always super consistent. Anyways, like interesting enough, in the Game Boy Advance version port that they did, they actually added warps to all the levels in the first 2 worlds that didn't already have warps. Although off the top of my head, I don't think they actually removed the ones that were in later levels, so that's kind of interesting. Anyways, what you want to do for this O is you just roll off and jump to get it. It's pretty tricky, actually, because it's lower than you might think. And you have to be careful, because you can kind of get clipped underneath the platform if you're not careful, and you actually can't jump through it. Also, like in that other cave level, there's more of these gold critters that kind of jump back and forth. What's kind of cool about the critters, that like when there's 2 of them jumping back and forth, they're actually one object that's spawning at the same time, so they're both linked to the same object. Thus, they're always synchronized to jump at the same time, no matter what you do. Ooh, this part can be kind of tricky if you're not careful, because like I said, if you're not careful, you can kind of get hit with Winky, because he's kind of awkward to deal with. And you can see this banana here. If you keep Winky all the way here, you get a nice bonus. Oh, hey! So I want to do there. I actually get to show off Winky without, like, backtracking. That's cool. Boom! Thank you, Winky. Awesome. We finally get to show off his. And where does Winky pop up? But, of course, a cave, because where else would Winky be? I mean, where else would you find a frog other than, like, in a cave? I guess in a swamp? Yeah, that would make sense. But I guess there's no swamps in this game. Kind of funny, there's swamps in the sequel, but Winky isn't an animal buddy anymore in that game, so that's not really a thing you have to, like, think about. I don't know. Just you know, just Winky things is all I'm saying. Anyways, what you want to do to get a nice big Winky tokens, you kind of jump over here, you jump over here. You gotta kind of hurry up because there's actually more stuff here. And then bada bing bada boom. And yeah, wow, we really don't have to worry about extra lives. Our extra lives are in the 30s, that's all I can tell, because funny thing enough is the HUD is actually blocked by the foreground. I'm gonna assume we're at 39 lives, I want to say? Oh, 38, okay. Still. Take that, bees. Gwahaha. You can actually jump above this entrance here, which is kind of funny. It kind of doesn't even look like you can stand on it, but you sure can. Anyways, that's the last normal level, so now what's left is the boss. And what's the boss? Huh, really naughty rampage. Indeed, it's our friend, the giant beaver again, except this guy is a little bit tougher, because he actually, like, attempts to actually attack you in this. Unlike our buddy Very Naughty, who just kind of jumps just jumps back and forth. This guy will actually, like, do big jumps after us every time we jump on him. But he's still, like, super pathetic. Because the jumps are, like, very unaggressive. He just kind of jumps in your direction, but, like, as long as you're, like, not literally, like, on top of him, he's not going to kill you. Anyways, that's it for this part. But before I end things off, I'm going to do 2 things. Let me think. What was I gonna do? Well, first of all, let's save so we can see our progress. Bada bing, bada boom. An hour and 17 minutes. I'm at 65% already. That's pretty good. The first thing I'm going to show up is I'm going to do the snow barrel section that I was trying to do before without skipping it. So I guess I'll meet you back here when I do that. So be right back. Boom! Let's get it! Ha! Blah, 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 blah. Alright, see, that's real. Oh my god. It is, that's like one of the very few natural blue balloons in this game, and it is a very hard one to get. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else I'm missing. So I think I will go ahead and see you guys later. Monkey Shrapnel out.